Hey everyone, so I'm going to be making a video of every ceiling fan in my house running on all speeds. I'm going to start off with the Harbor Breeze Centerville / Cheshire 3. Start off with this one. Zoom out a little bit so you can see the fan better. There we go. And these pull chains came off a fan that used to be upstairs that was replaced back in 2013. I have these on there because they're much longer. I got tall ceilings. With the ones that came with this fan, they were not long, and it was hard to reach them. And the bulbs in that fan are EcoSmart, bright white, 60 watt equivalent LEDs. I'm going to start off with this one. I'm going to move on downstairs, do the two downstairs. I'm going to start all these off on low, then I'll make my way up to high. I already got one down here on high, but let me turn it down. And yeah, the window's open. And I got CFL bulbs in this fan. I'm going to start off with the wobbliest fan in my house, a Hampton-based Sidlo 52-inch. These chains came off the old fans that were down here. This replaced a Hampton Bay Clarkston's one ceiling fan. It was antique brass and it used candelabra sockets. See, that got replaced a couple years ago. And here's the other one. Here's the other one over there on the other Centerville / Cheshire 3 on low. Now we're going to do this one. This fan also replaced a Hampton Bay Clarkston. And the bulbs in this fan are little cheap ones that came with my ceiling fans. Oh, this is hot, hot, hot. And these bulbs in the fan came from that fan over there. The bulbs in this fan, all three of the LED bulbs that were in this fan decided to fail at once, so I put them in here. Then we're going to move on to the Glendale 3 in my bedroom. I currently have it on high, but I'll move it on. I could count that as a ceiling fan, but that's more of an attic fan. I got it on up here because it's nice out. Put this down on low. Now we're going to move on into my parents' old room. This is more of a storage room. And these chains came off the old Hampton Bay Middleton that used to be in here. Yeah, I got a mixture of different color temperature bulbs in here. This one is soft white. And then these two are daylight. Got a little table fan over here, but it's not plugged in. I'm not going to use it. Turn the light off in here. Then into my dad's room, we got another Hampton-based Sidlo. We're going to move back on to the one in the living room. Move it up to medium. Yeah, for this one, not for a little flush mount, it moves a decent amount of air on low. There we go, this one's... And then here, do the Harbor Breeze notice. And the bulbs in this fan here are great value, 60 watt equivalent LED bulbs. The two brands I've had the success with is Great Value and EcoSmart. This replaced the piece of crap Harbor Breeze Cheshire that was in here. And I do miss the Cheshire, but it was had something wrong with it. Also, for you ceiling fan people out there, they tell me that the Glendale 3 is a bad performing fan. That's not true. It's a nice working fan. Now here's the 42-inch Centerville. This replaced the light fixture. And yeah, the box that was up here wasn't rated for ceiling fans, but it got replaced to a ceiling fan rated box. I'll move on to this one. Hey, you can see it wobble when I pull the chain. I don't know why this one wobbles for some reason. Only speed you can really see it wobbling on is high. And I'll display the light pull chain. And you can see me in the mirror in the bathroom. Also, if you want to notice, here's all my trophies when I used to play sports. So far, the fan in my house I like the most is this one here, this Harbor Breeze Notice. It's funny, you got right here. You got the most. See, right here you got the most loved fan. And then up here in my room, you got the most hated, got a hated fan, which I call the most hated fan. But I like this one in here. And these aren't the original bulbs. I can see about why people don't like it, build quality, because it is a little wobbly. But overall, that doesn't bother me. One, I gotta dust it off anyway, because it's probably another reason why it's wobbling. But I got nothing to dust it off with right now. See, if you have an attic fan like this, and it's nice outside, I recommend turn off your AC, open up your windows, run your ceiling fans, and turn an attic fan like this on. You can get good air movement. Now onto the Hampton Bay Sidlo in the storage room. Yeah, and this is a bedroom, but it's just being used as a storage room. Turn the light off. I'll be back up here in a minute. But now you can on medium, it's wobbly too, visibly wobbly. You can't, it may be hard to see on camera, but in person I could see it wobbling. You could definitely notice it wobbling. No, these are not the original bulbs that came with it. These are LED bulbs. These are GE 75 watt equivalent LED bulbs. The bulbs that came with it were just too dark. Yeah, they were 800 lumens, but they just weren't bright enough for me. It was hard to see. No. Only two of the bulbs in this fan are the original bulbs that came with it, except this one. The bulb in this one failed after about 5 years. Even though it said it was supposed to last for 13 years. Yeah, the Harbor Breeze Centerville ceiling fan. this fan's also wobbly, but it's just wobbly on high. There we go. And this is high. And it's also extremely windy outside. Excuse the mess. But this is the best performing fan that I own. And it is blowing a decent breeze. So anytime we have papers on the table, this fan's on, high, they go flying. Not that you can see the window, you can see my apple trees. And yes, I do plan on making another update. It'll probably be next week. It'll be next week sometime, so when I upload it. Stay tuned for it. Yeah, this thing blows a good amount of air. Much better than the Cheshire ceiling fan in here. The original fan that was here was an old Hampton Bay Cameron 2 ceiling fan, but it fell. It was so old and so loose it just fell down. So it turns out the box that was up here wasn't a ceiling fan rated box. So that was one of 2 ceiling fans that fell down. But we have since had the boxes replaced. And they're in my kitchen where the light fixture is. I may install a ceiling fan up there one day. But I do know the box up there is not rated for ceiling fans. The Harbor Breeze Centerville 42-inch fan here. This fan's also wobbly. This one's more wobbly than the 52-inch one. I don't know if it'll appear on camera or not. Overall, this fan has a really quiet motor. And the max wattage is 40 watts, so you could put up to 40 watt incandescent bulbs in here, see? And look who came to join me. My dog decided he wants to join me now. Now, time to put the wobbliest fan on high. And this fan also is allowed. The wobbling also makes the fan hum. Yeah, you could definitely see this on wobbling. Turn the light off. Yeah, this one you could definitely see wobbling on camera. Turn that back down to medium. I don't want it to fall. I noticed something's going on with the ceiling right here. Ceiling's cracking right there. I have to get that looked at. Okay. This is an old house. You can tell it's old by the popcorn ceiling. This fan doesn't wobble at all. Maybe the reason why that one probably wobbles is the motor may not be fully secured to the mounting bracket, so the mounting bracket may not be fully tight. It may not be tight enough to the mounting bracket, but these fans on here, these two fans right here, I hardly turn on. This fan hums a little bit, but it's quiet mostly. The old Clarkston fans that we had down here, they were so loud. They didn't just hum, they'd buzz. If I do install a fan over here one day, it'll either be a Hampton Bay Clarkston 2 or a Harbor Breeze Centerville. It won't be for a long time. It won't be until the fixture starts to have problems. Yeah, and here I got EcoSmart soft white 100 watt equivalent LED bulbs in this fixture. And yes, it is safe to use a 100 watt equivalent LED in a 60 watt fixture. Because the actual wattage, they use actually 14 watts worth of power. This is the second batch I have in this fixture. The first batch were the filament LED EcoSmart bulbs. They were the same lumens, but they were 5,000 Kelvin. And 2 of them ended up dying within 4 months. So far, it's been almost a year since I put these in, and they're still going strong. These are the standard plastic LED bulbs. And my dog wants to join me. He follows me everywhere I go. We're only about a week away from Halloween. I'm gonna close my windows. The wind coming in through my window is making this difficult, but this is high. Yeah, I'm gonna close my window real quick. The wind is making it difficult. There we go. There we go. And this is high. This blows a good amount of air. Now, last but not least, this one. Now, I'll need a tape each fan on high. First thing, I'll start off with this one. And when here, we got the Hampton Bay Sidlo, which I believe this is the most loved fan, right next door to the most hated fan. The fan that was in here originally was even more hated than the Glendale 3. The fan that was in here originally was the 42-inch Hampton Bay Middleton, and it was a piece of crap. Turn off the attic fan. Then here's the one in here. Yeah, this fan is wobbly. You can hear it rubbing against the motor housing. I think one of the blades may be off. Usually if the fan's wobbling, it means it's not balanced. I think one of the blades could be loose. I'll have to look at it. My dad doesn't turn this fan on much. I'll do the last 3 down here. Thank y'all for watching this video, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't. So if the subscribe button is red, that means you have not subscribed yet. So if it's red, be sure to click it. Thank you for watching this video, and have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.